I made $6,000 on my first launch, but one mistake nearly cut that in half. And the wild part, most beginners make this exact same mistake without even realizing it. So in this video, I will break down the exact steps that worked, the one mistake you need to avoid, and the simple shifts that can help you earn faster. Because if I can do it with no audience, no ads, so can you. Hey, I'm Trish, and I help creators turn simple story into scroll-stopping content that sells. Here's the truth. I literally was Googling the night before how to launch my course. Why? Because I was doubting myself. I didn't have that perfect branding. I didn't have a huge audience. And honestly, my confidence was really low and I was just petrified. But I had one clear offer and the guts to just put it out there. And that alone was enough for me to bring in $6,000 for my first launch. So if you're thinking you need everything to be perfect before you start, you don't. Here's what I'm gonna break down for you today. The exact moves that actually work. The mistake cost me thousands, and 3 lessons I hand to anyone launching for the very first time. If you've been holding back because you think you need more followers, more tools, more courses, more time, I want to show you what's really possible right now. The first thing I did right was to keep it simple, really simple. One offer, one audience, one way to buy. Most beginners think they need a bunch of products so that people have choices to buy from, and all these shiny bonuses that no one really cares about. And that honestly just confuses your audience. And confusion doesn't buy. Think about it. It's kind of like if you were to go get a root canal, okay? You should be getting a root canal from a root canal specialist, not a general dentist. You want to go to the specialist, that person that spends the most amount of time with that one thing. And if you didn't know that, now you know. But keeping it simple wasn't the whole story. I made one mistake that nearly cut my sales in complete half. And you might be making this too. So remember, simplicity sells. If your launch feels almost too basic and boring, you're doing it right. The second thing I did, I launched before I was ready. While I had imposter syndrome, I felt like I was not good enough to do this. My copy was terrible, although I probably thought it was really good at the time. My graphics were awful. It was way too busy. It was just really messy. But I launched anyways, and people still bought it. Because you know what? Nobody buys perfect, but they buy from people who they can relate to. The beginners that win are the ones that apply themselves after they learn something. And that's how you build momentum. Speed beats perfection every time. Remember that perfection is just procrastination and a fancy dress. Now let's talk about where I really messed up. I didn't tell stories. I thought it was a waste of time. I thought no one cared about my life or that it'd just be too boring. And I thought they just wanted like tips, thinking I was the authority and the smart one to give them information. So everything I posted out there was just pure teaching, tip after tip. And people did love them. They saved, shared them, they liked them, they even commented on them, but didn't buy anything from me because tips don't sell, but stories do. They saw me as helpful, but not someone they wanted to buy from. If I had added even a little bit of a story, that launch could have easily doubled. Here's the reality. $6,000 didn't happen because I was special. It happened because I stopped waiting to be perfect and for that right moment to start. I treated my first launch as a test, not a final exam. And that mindset alone just took all the pressure off. So stop trying to get it right. Just get it done. And maybe you're thinking, I don't have a big audience, Trish. Neither did I. I had a total of 30 people. Or maybe you're saying, I'm not ready yet. I'm just not ready yet right now. I'm too busy right now. There's a lot going on. Hey, guess what? Neither was I. I was a full-time employee with a new baby in my hands. What matters is not perfect timing. It's clarity, one offer, one message, and one launch. So if you're just starting out, here are 3 lessons I would give you straight up from friend to friend. Number 1, don't wait till you feel ready. You'll learn faster by doing. Stick to one offer, one message, one promise. Simplicity always wins. And number 3, start telling your story from the beginning. Start telling your stories from day one, because stories are what's going to sell your offer, what's going to connect with your audience and build that trust. Do those 3 things and I promise you, you're going to be 99% ahead of most beginners who stay stuck, overthinking, and overcomplicating things. Since then, I've learned that storytelling is the engine to sales. Tips are helpful, but stories move people to buy, move people to action. And that's why I created my Hooked on Story framework that you can grab down below. It's the exact system that I use to turn everyday experiences into stories that connect and convert. And if I had used stories back then, that 6K would have been much bigger. I would have helped a lot more people, and it would have been way more fun, more relaxed, and a lot lighter on my shoulders. If you want to turn your stories into sales with no ads, burnout, or waiting for that perfect time, hit subscribe. That's exactly what I share on this channel every week. And don't forget, grab my free Hooked on Story framework down below. It's honestly the tool I wish I had before I made my first launch. So here's the truth. I wasn't ready. I didn't have confidence. I didn't have the perfect system, and I felt like an imposter, but I did it anyways. And that messy, imperfect first launch made me money, brought me in $6,000. So this is proof that you don't need perfect, you just need to start. And if I could do it as a complete beginner, you can too. Imagine your first imperfect launch, bringing in real money while helping others with your story. That moment is possible for you, but only if you start before you feel ready. And if you want to learn how to use this story framework, I will also link a video down below where I go over how to use it. We'll see you next time.